No one to play with? There's always PartyPoker.com where the world plays poker.
Dreams can come true. One of the best heads-up players in poker was KO'd by an internet newbie. Roy the Boy toppled from a huge chip stack. In this game, the writing's never on the wall. Now it's the final heat, and one of the biggest names in the game is here to take that last spot. Welcome to the Devilfish. Hi, I'm Jesse May. Lucky to be joined by actor and pro poker player Michael Greco. Michael, everyone talks about skill. There's plenty of skill, plenty of talent in the game, but what about that elusive thing called luck? How important is that in poker?
Yeah, Lady Luck is the dominant factor over skill. I think, you know, if you ask an amateur about cards and they'll ask you, what is this Texas Hold'em all about? And they say, don't you have to be lucky? You do, they're right, you have to be lucky. No one wins a big tournament, no one's ever won a big tournament without at least being lucky a few times.
Well, last week on the show, we had a huge example of where luck and skill can sometimes collide. Roy the Boy Brindley, top poker player, top heads-up player, was cruelly outdueled at the hands of luck. I mean, look at this 10-jack for Darren Tweedy, who had played a good game up to that point. But Darren Tweedy moved, and Roy, who had tracked with the ace-king, had but to survive this flop of two pair to win the tournament.
Wow, you just know he's got 4 outs now. He's got 1 card to come. He's got 4 outs. And inside, Roy's going, please no queen, please no queen, please no queen. Lo and behold, what comes in the river? A queen.
Roy was shaking his head before that queen came, saying, I knew it was coming. I felt it coming. I don't feel confident. Do you feel like that sometimes?
Yeah, you know, in that kind of instance, you want to hit the ace or maybe just the king, but that's it. You don't want to give him the chance of outdrawing you with a straight. And like I said, if it's going to be your tournament, it's going to be your tournament. And if you haven't got that Lady Luck on your side at least a few times, you're out, baby.
I mean, if that hand wasn't bad enough, the next hand, Roy now gone from 400,000 to 200,000 in chips. Now he's all in with the ace-jack against the ace-4. That's about a 3-to-1 on shot.
3-to-1 on shot, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, 2-5-3, he makes the second nut straight. I mean, it's incredible. Roy must be thinking, you know, this wasn't my tournament. All of a sudden, 2 hands ago, he was all in with the best hand. He hit 2 pair on the flop, and now he's just being cruelly outdrawn. I mean, that's all to do with luck. There was no skill involved in there. All the chips were in the middle.
Now, Roy had said before that heat began that he was out of form. He didn't feel lucky. Do poker players sometimes feel like that? They just can't win to save their life.
For viewers back home who don't really know about the game, the one important factor about winning is form. It's like a horse running. If a horse is winning its races, back it again, it's in form. Poker players go through the same thing. If you're hitting cards, if you're hitting your ace-king against jacks, if you're hitting your flush draw, you're hitting your straight draw, and you're winning your races, you're in form. If you're winning tournaments, you're in form. But some players who are the best players in the world just aren't in form. As much as they're outplaying their opponent, comes down to the river as those 2 cards, and bang, they're out of form.
Well, a man who knows about form, knows about luck, talks a lot about lucky people, is former world champion Phil Hellmuth.
You want to get lucky? Here's the difference. The top poker players in the world get lucky, they find a way to win the tournament. An amateur gets lucky, he finishes in 5th place anyway. So the question is, what do you do after you get lucky? You have to work on your game. You have to be able to finish the tournament. Because with some people, no matter how lucky they are, they can't win the tournament. And with other people, they can be super unlucky and still win the tournament.
Well, that's Phil Hellmuth. And Michael, Phil says that luck can only take you so far. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's right. I think if you've been lucky throughout the tournament and you're a big chip leader, you've got a lot of chips in front of you, you've got to know what to do with the chips. You've got to know when to start bullying or just to hold back, because you can only have a certain amount of luck and it's going to run out. Unless the writing really is on the wall and it's your tournament, it's going to run out at a certain time. And the best players in the world, they know what to do with their chips.
How lucky are you? Does your luck run out? Well, one guy whose luck hasn't run out yet because he's got the skill to back it up is Devilfish Elliott. He'll be at the table tonight with 5 others. Let's see who the cast is round the table. Well, that's who's playing, and we're lucky to be joined by the guy who everybody's eyes are going to be on tonight. He'll be top of the table, Dave Devilfish Elliott. Welcome, Dave. Now, Dave, you've got a fierce table image. You like to trash talk a little bit, and I think you like to put the fear of God sometimes in your opponents before you play. Does that work for you?
Well, I don't know if I've calmed down quite a bit. I used to be really aggressive and, you know, quite a bully at the table and stuff, but I mean, now I'm a little bit quieter and calmer, you know. Today I might try and sit and just, like, you know, try and let them knock a couple out before I go to war. I might do, but I can't guarantee it, because sometimes, you know, the drugs kick in and I just start running without the ball.
Dave, you're playing against 4 online qualifiers. Now, I've just started to play online. It's a totally different game to live game, isn't it? And what's the big difference? What's the big difference between playing against people who are used to playing live and people who are used to playing online?
Well, the big difference for these online qualifiers, I mean, I would imagine the main difference, even without it being live, is the fact that they're on TV. So they're going to be, most of them are going to be pretty scared.
Yeah, because that's a big factor, because you don't want to look like you're putting down the best hand for a start.
That's right, you don't want to look silly, and also they don't want to go out first. I mean, I never worry about going out first. In fact, I usually do, you know. I just want to say one thing in the middle of all this, you know, Barry, I know money's a bit tight, but you can't get 6 people around this table.
Snow White and 6 dwarfs.
David, as far as this format goes, there's 6 players on the table, 1 goes through. It's fair to say that there's nobody in the world who's got the same kind of record as you have. What is the key to this format?
This format is, first of all, you haven't got to get unlucky. I mean, the last one of these I played on, I think I had 2 kings against 2 5s in the quarter-5 on me. So the worst thing you can do, because you haven't got a lot of chips, is find a big hand, you know, and get beat with it, because there's no, you know, and most of the times there's no coming back from that. You either go out straight away then, or you've got no chips left. So, I mean, everybody wants to find aces and everybody wants to find kings, but actually, I don't mind as long as we're all finding rubbish. I'm quite happy, because I'll be stealing away, right? But with this format, you've just got to move and groove and rock and roll. You can't sit back, you know.
Dave, what percentage would you say between luck and skill is in this game?
In this particular format, I would say it's probably as much as 60% luck and 40% skill. I would say it's very high, you know, because it gets to a point where you've just got no option but to stick your chips in there with, you know, King 5 and Jack 8 and whatever, you know. I mean, you just ain't got no choice. I mean, sometimes it don't work like that, but I would say 8 out of 10 of these with this format, it does work like that. So it gives it actually gives the worst players a lot. I mean, if I was playing these guys in a 3-day tournament, you know, they wouldn't have a lot of shot. But with this sort of format, you know, they've got a shot. I mean, that's why these type of guys keep winning all the time.
Well, the Devilfish, the calculator in 4 internet qualifiers. It's going to be exciting. Michael Greco and myself will be back to watch all the action right after this.
No one to play with? There's always PartyPoker.com.